If you're somebody who is starting out as a trader in 2025, or if you're somebody who has been into trading for quite a while now, but you still don't know what is that correct roadmap, and you are making those constant mistakes, going through that constant emotional turbulence with your trading, then this video is for you. And stay till the end, and you will have exact roadmap that what exactly you need to do in order to see that progress in trading and what should be that ideal roadmap. So in this video, we'll be covering about what exactly is keeping you stuck in trading and what usually keeps stuck traders from being profitable or from making that progress towards trading, and what exactly needs to be done in order to fix it. So without wasting any single second, let's move forward with the video and let's see what is that problem and what is that solution. So first we're going to talk about what's keeping you stuck in trading. And the number one problem which I have faced and which I see a lot of people, not just traders, but every single human being at some point of time has been wired to go through this problem, and that problem is outcome focused. So throughout our childhood, since our very childhood, the society, our parents, our school has been obsessed with the result part. Whenever we used to think about, okay, earlier, whenever we used to be children, whenever we used to be kids, we used to enjoy the process. But after a point of time, we got so obsessed with the results, not because we wanted to, but that's what we heard by the people, from the people around us, our parents, our teachers, even our colleagues, even our friends. All of them valued results. So that's what we started focusing more on. And that is also the reason why we are so much in pressure, in creating that result of, not being left behind, then behind from our friends. So this is that number one problem that even in trading you're gonna face. If in case you are not facing right now, maybe because you are a new trader, but this is that common problem that every single human being is gonna face in their life as long as they are focused on the outcome. So what exactly is the problem with this approach? Let me tell you in trading first of all. So whenever you are constantly focusing on the outcome, basically you will be chasing profits, you will be checking your P&L after every trade, and you will be obsessing over winning. But here's the truth about trading. In trading, it isn't about winning every trade. It's about executing a process that over time create consistent results. When you chase outcomes, you skip steps because you are just too focused on winning every single time. You are forgetting about what exactly should be that steps that will eventually give you that outcome. You will forget about those crucial steps, those causes, and you will end up making impulsive decision, and you will end up losing your focus on what actually matters. So this is the major problem with this approach. Imagine this, instead of trying to win every trade, you only focus on a couple of things. You focus on mastering your edge, your strategy, your risk management, and your patience. That's how the best traders think. It's not about the next win, it's about winning over the long term. So that is the number one problem people face, and you are gonna face if you haven't already faced as a trader if you're starting out. The second problem people have is lack of clarity. Let me ask you something. Do you know exactly what you're looking for whenever you open your charts or whenever you start trading? In 99.9% of the people, in 99.9% of the cases, people have no clarity what they are doing. They have no clue. And that is why, if you have no clarity about where you are heading in your life, or where you are heading in any journey, you are bound to make mistakes. It's just like, if you are a pilot and if you don't know where exactly you want to take the plane, then what is exactly going to happen? The plane will eventually crash. So when I say clarity, the question you need to ask yourself is, are you clear about what setup you want to trade? Are you clear about what specific time frame you want to trade? Are you clear about what exactly is the script or market you want to trade? If you are vague about these things, you are setting yourself up for confusion and inconsistency. Think about this. As I said, it's just like if you're a pilot, if you don't really know where you want to take the plane, then obviously you're going to crash. Similarly, if you can compare yourself with pilot as a trader, then you are bound to crash in trading as well. So this is the second problem you will face if you haven't faced if you're somebody who's starting out as a trader. The third problem is not respecting your words. Imagine that you are somebody who wants to go to gym, and every single year you plan that, but every single time what happens is you might also have paid for the membership, but you go for like a couple of days and then you're back to square one. You say to people that okay, I want to join the gym. You say to yourself, I want to join the gym, but you never really join it and you never show up consistently. So every single time you do not show up to the gym, you are losing your confidence. You are not respecting your words. Similarly, in trading, the problem that nobody talks about is nobody really respects their words. Nobody really respects their plan. Nobody respects their setup. And this is the fundamental problem that people face, and because of which people do not experience that progress. And in this video, my objective is to talk about the fundamentals that nobody is talking, but every person needs to hear about. So regardless of the field you are in, these are the problems that you are bound to be facing, and these are the problems that is one of the reason why you're not progressing in your life. So this will go for every single person who is just not a trader, but every single person who is just not experiencing that progress in their life and who is lacking that confidence. So now let's talk about trading part. So if you're somebody who's not respecting your words, whenever you make a plan, you do not respect that. If you tell yourself, okay, I'll wait for the confirmation, but then what happens? You jump early in the trade. You say, I'll risk only 1% per trade, but then you double down after a loss because you cannot really digest that, okay, I've got a loss. Your ego is so big enough. It's so big enough to digest the fact that you have lost. You don't really understand the principles, and therefore you end up losing respect for yourself in the process. But because this eventually what this leads to, every time you break a promise to yourself, you chip away at your confidence and discipline. As I said, every single time you're not going to respect your words, you will lose your confidence. You will have this guilt. Okay, I am somebody who is not worthy of my respect because I cannot be trusted. So this is the number three problem that people face. And here's why this matters. Your ability to trust yourself is your greatest trading asset. When you respect your words, you build a rock solid foundation of discipline. And obviously, discipline is the key to long term success in trading. Without it, no strategy, no setup, and no mindset trick will save you. So fundamentally, these are the three major problems that people face because of which they are not able to get that progress in their life. Now the question comes is how exactly we can fix this. So obviously, the first problem that we had was outcome focus. So we need to shift our thinking from outcome focus to process thinking. First, stop chasing profits and start focusing on the process. Define your edge. Become absolutely clear about it. What is your trading strategy? Break it down step by step. You should be clear about every single step. It should be in the form of checklist, and it should be so simple that even a 5-year-old would be able to execute on that, or at least he should be able to understand that. Set performance goals instead of profit goals. Do not aim to make thousands of dollars. To instead aim to live up to the actions that will ultimately lead to the result you want. For example, aim to execute 10 trades flawlessly this week, regardless of the outcome. Even if you face 10 losses in a row, that's absolutely fine because right now the goal is not to make money, the goal is to take care of the process. But let me tell you something, if you take care of the inputs, if you take care of the process, ultimately you will be able to get better results. It sounds quite counterintuitive, but that is the truth. It's the law of cause and effect, as simple as that. If you are somebody who's going to add particular ingredients in a way, let's say if you want to make paneer butter masala, and if you take care of all the inputs, if you cook it at a particular at a particular gas temperature, and if you take care of all the inputs, ultimately you will get paneer butter masala. So it's about the process, what ultimately derives the outcome that you need to take care of. So therefore, in this week, try to focus on executing 10 trades on your setup. Detach emotionally from the results of each trade. Understand that even a perfect trade can lose money. And that's okay. It's the law of large numbers that is going to favor you in the long term. When you focus on the process, profits just become a byproduct, not the goal. This mindset shift is what separates amateur traders from the professionals, because every single professional I have seen in any field, consider Dhoni always talks about process. He doesn't think about, okay, if I have to make 120 runs and my team is like what, on 50, 7 wickets are down, he will not think about I have to score 120 runs, because that will put a lot of pressure on him. Instead, what his mindset is, he will focus on taking care of the next 2 to 3 overs, because that will help him to consolidate and soak that pressure at that moment. He will think about the process, what really matters in this moment. He doesn't really think about, okay, I have to win the. He will, obviously, nobody really likes to lose, but even if you want to win in any field, you have to have this process oriented thinking. You need to focus on what are the outcomes, what are the causes, what are the inputs that will ultimately make it impossible to not hit the outcome. Second problem was lack of clarity. So obviously, opposite of, you need to have clarity in your trading plan. Pick one market, specialize in it. It's just like, when you have a friend and you have spent quite a good time with him, you are absolutely clear about what he's gonna say, how he's gonna behave in certain situations. Similarly, in trading, you need to master that instrument which you feel. It can be anything. It can be Euro USD if you are somebody who's trading Forex. It can be Reliance. It can be HDFC Bank. It can be Siemens. Whatever suits you the best. Just pick one thing and master that. Become master of one and not a jack of all trades. Become an expert and understand its behavior. Choose one time frame as well to trade, whether it's 5 minute, 15 minute, or 1 hour charts. Commit to it and do not switch. Write down your setup. Become absolutely clear about it. Become absolutely specific about it. Ask yourself, what does a valid trade look like? And mention that checklist. What are the exact entry stops? What are the entry? What is my exit? And what is my take profit criteria? Become absolutely clear about these things. Because when you have clarity, you will eliminate confusion. You will reduce over trading when you have defined yourself, okay, I only have to take one trade. So when things are not clear in your head, that's when you will make mistakes. That's when you will be confused, and that's when all the emotions will kick in. Just imagine that if you're somebody who is clear about your destination, will you ever become emotional? No, right? The reason why people become emotional is because they do not have enough clarity. That is one of the major reasons. So, and this is what we have done in this step, and make decisions with confidence, because you will ultimately have that clarity. Third problem was not respecting your words. So what exactly you need to do in order to solve that problem? So do not begin with big promises of making 10%, 20,000 rupees with 1 lakh capital, 50% returns. These influencers who show you that, okay, I have turned $400 or $100 to millions of dollars. Okay, that is fine. You don't really know whether that is true. That is the first thing. The second thing is, they have done a lot of hard work. If somebody has really done that legit, then you have not covered that entire journey yet. Everybody has their own journey. They have probably been into the trading for like at least 5 years, the people who are able to do that. So you are still not there. So there is no point comparing yourself to these people who are turning and flipping accounts, who are making 100% of the returns. Instead, make small promises that are so simple to execute that will be no brainer for you to not live up to that. For example, just ask yourself that, can I really trust myself? Can I really make sure that I stick with my plan for this week? It's such a small thing, but nobody does that. But it has a huge impact if you do it day in and day out. Ultimately, you will form that identity. And then trading is just about adding numbers, increasing your capital. If you're somebody who eventually can make a lot of money from trading, keep those promises no matter what. If you say you will risk 1% per trade, stick to it, even if you are tempted to deviate. Track your consistency. Use the journal to record every trade and review it every week, because you need to track what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Because if you're not aware about what are the things that you're doing wrong, you will not be able to figure out what are the solutions for the things that you're doing wrong, and you will never be able to become better trader. And if you really want to become top 1% in trading, because these are the people who are ultimately going to make money, then you have to do review. You have to track your actions. And also, celebrate when you stick to your tools, even if the trade loss, even if the trade loses, because ultimately it's not the outcome that matters. Because if you're going to judge yourself with one loss, then you are bound to fail in trading. Ultimately, the success in trading, if you have to look at it from a day-to-day perspective, is have you respected your plan? Have you been consistent with your trading plan? Have you done whatever you have said, whatever you have decided when you began your trading today? These are the successes that you should be tracking, not your PNL, because in the short term your PNL might be negative, but in the long term, if you respect your plan, if you respect your words, nobody can stop you from becoming profitable. Because when you respect your words, you build not only unshakable discipline, but your confidence, your self-respect will skyrocket, not just in trading but every single thing. Even if in, let's say, you, because you know, one of the most beautiful things, one of the most important reasons why I have picked trading and why I love to do trading is because trading gives you that opportunity where you can make promises and you can live up to it. And every single day I have that opportunity to build that identity of somebody who is worthy, who has a lot of self-respect, from a self-respect, and somebody who can trust myself, who somebody who can trust himself whenever things go south. So this is the beauty of trading that nobody really thinks of, and that is why I do trading before anything else. And over time you will become somebody who is an unstoppable trader, who is gonna make a lot of money as well. So to summarize the entire video, three problems that are keeping you stuck right now: number one, outcome oriented thinking; number two, no clarity; number three, breaking promises. And the solutions to all of the problem is: number one, if you want to eliminate the problem of outcome oriented thinking, then you need to start focusing on the process. You need to start thinking about what are those causes that will eventually decide the effect, and I need to focus on that process only. And even if I don't get results, my expected results in the short term, I'm absolutely okay with that, because I have followed the process. In the long term, I will get the results. So that is the first thing that you need to change. Second thing is, obviously, if you want to eliminate if you have a problem of lack of clarity, then obviously the solution is to get clarity. Be absolutely clear about your exact setup. Write down the checklist. Be clear about the market you want to trade in. Be clear about the script. Be clear about the time frame, etc. The third problem was you breaking your promises and losing your self-respect. So obviously start with making small commitments, living up to small commitments, and then ultimately increasing that confidence, not just in trading but in overall life. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you really like this video, share with the people who are just beginning in trading and somebody who is having a lot of tough time in trading. And I will keep posting videos like this. I will keep documenting my journey on this particular channel, because I truly believe that I want to talk about things that nobody is talking about, because I'm going to talk about things based on my experiences, my learnings, and my journey, instead of copying pasting from some chat GPT or some anything else. I want to stick to what has served me, what I have realized. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.